well, you just had a wedding anniversary, and she gave you a 79 Corvette?
No, I got her a 79 Corvette.
You got her the 79 Corvette? Aha. Was it a Stingray?
Well, it's C3.
Yeah.
It's really not called a Stingray, technically, after, I believe they stopped saying that after a certain year.
Okay.
But it's got the same build, yes.
All right, yeah. Because when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's a
The
Stingray.
long nose, yeah, it's the long nose.
Okay. You guys have a lot of old schools like that? Just one?
Couple.
Okay. What was it about the Stingray that was so special?
So I know that car from Rush Hour.
Huh.
That's where I saw the car. I don't know if it was a 79 Corvette, but...
I mean, in the auction, that whole scene in the auction? Okay.
And Michael Jordan used to pull up in Corvettes, long nose. And I used to be intrigued that he could fit in it. So that's when my first thing with Corvette. I'm like, I know I could fit in a Corvette if Mike could fit in a Corvette, unless he doing the Shaq shit and getting a custom. You see what I'm saying? So I was looking at some old schools and just scrolling and doing some stuff and talking about old schools. And my wife say, she was like, yeah, I like that one with the long front. She's like, what's that one car with the long front? In my mind, I'm like, I know this lady is not sitting here telling me about a Corvette. I pull it up and she's like, yep, that one. I'm like, yeah, that's raw. And I sort of like let it fade. I went to go get that other car. While I was there, they was pulling it off the truck and backing it up into the lot, saying they had just got it. And I was like, man, give me that. So yeah, it worked out. So she gonna fix it up. I'm gonna let her do all the fixing it up and shit. It was like a little symbolic thing to how we stayed together all these years. So I want her to little by little fix it up so she can learn about the car. And that's the raw thing about old schools, fixing it up, learning what you need, how to get it to ride, even if it gets stuck on the highway. Like, you could do all that shit with old schools. These new cars cover everything up with the fucking thing over all your wires and everything. You can't hook nothing up. You got to take it to the shop.
Yeah. I mean, I remember I bought a BMW 850. That was like my dream car when I was in high school.
Straight up?
Yeah. And it was a piece of shit, let me tell you. Nothing but problems. It kept leaking. It always broke down. I didn't have the money or the tolerance at the time to really deal with it.
Yeah, you got to get that old American muscle, brother.
Right.
Get you some muscle, man. Get you a nice little Chevy. Nice little Ford. You'll be all right. Old muscle.
You yourself, would you consider yourself a gamer?
Now?
You
know, I didn't used to play video games. I stopped playing video games in like 2006. Yeah, right when I learned how to drive, I was like, yeah, I'm cool, bro. Finna go to her house. I picked video games back up. My last knee surgery I had after leaving the Nets, I had to get something repaired, and they said I had to stay off my knee for 6 weeks. Like, they was like, legit, the first 3 weeks, we don't want you walking at all. Like, you can go to the bathroom, you can do this, but we just kept it together, sewed it up. We don't need you doing that. And I'm like, all right, cool. They was like, you got to find something that you could do. So at first, I spent like the first couple of days watching all the YouTube videos, highlights, all that bullshit. And then I'm like, all right. Monica's kids actually came over. Monica came over there. Teyana and her were cooking. She was pregnant with Rue at the time. And I got the surgery, sat there and played Fortnite. Maybe 15 hours a day.
Right.
No bullshit. Like, and talked on the headset to my little cousins. And it was like, I had never heard them talk this much ever. Like, because I had been not around them so much, not being in Chicago. So I used Fortnite to like get to know my little cousins and shit, because they are all super gamers and I hadn't played since so long ago. So it was like, it was the best time. Now I don't get to play as much. And my wife don't like me playing a lot. So she kicked me on. Like, especially if I get stuck on Call of Duty, she really be mad. Like,
well, I had a tweet last month. I said, as an adult, playing video games for long periods of time is a form of depression. If you don't believe me, ask yourself this. Think about the 100 greatest moments of your life. Do any of these moments include video games? Probably not. And this comes from a lifetime gamer. This tweet was the biggest tweet I've ever had in my entire life. 24 million impressions. 15,000 responses. Kevin Durant chimed in. Ocho Cinco chimed in. All these video game champions started to like chime in and give their 2 cents and argue with me and everything else like that. I've never seen anything go quite this viral. I've been gaming my whole life. And I noticed that when I get into these zones where I'm just like playing video games for 5-10 hour blocks,
Right.
I realize it's when I'm usually depressed. And I'm using it to just kind of get away from my problems. And then once I'm done playing, I realize my problems are still there.
That's strange, brother.
You're not like that at all.
Hey, y'all weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
That's not. I don't
All right,
think.
so let's talk about it.
That's strange.
You are not the typical gamer,
For sure not.
right? You were playing because you were injured and you were just looking for a way to pass your time.
For sure.
If you worked a 9 to 5, and people were arguing with me, they were like, I play games every day for 6 hours a day and I don't see anything wrong with that. And I'm like, well, a third of your waking life is spent playing video games.
But that's a choice.
It is a
What
choice.
does that have to do with depression?
You don't think you're trying to escape reality a little bit?
No.
Really?
I think that they don't. You are escaping the reality for a little bit, for sure.
Yeah.
If a motherfucker play Call of Duty, they mean they want to do this and not fucking have to really go to war and get their head blown off if they mess up. But they into the fucking weapon. They like guns. Like they like reloading it, seeing how I do. It's a tool, bro. Like it's motherfuckers that go and just go to the shooting range, put targets up in the woods and just go crazy with their guns. They fucking love guns, but they not trying to run around and shoot people with them. But for a video game, that shit is fun, bro. To fucking aim that motherfucker and hit that motherfucker on target while he running, nigga, that shit is exhilarating.
Okay, but would you put it up there with your greatest moments in life?
Fuck no, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's my whole point.
But it's easy for me to do that. Like, I feel like everybody should do that, but it's a lot of motherfuckers that because they scared to do something, they don't go, which leaves you more time to do video games, bro. But who's to say that
you're
a gamer...
escaping actual real life. You're escaping
Say that
getting
to
into
the kid.
relationships.
Say that to the kid that plays Fortnite that wins money when he wins.
Well, okay, and that's the thing. I made
It's
I
a bunch of
had a
kids.
footnote. I had a footnote that said, "Listen, this does not apply to the esports guys or
It
people
does
who
though, because
stream.
they play all day.
If you're turning it into a business and there's an overlying reason for you playing 10 hours a day because you're making money with it and you're supporting yourself, then I'm 100% for
But
it.
you're saying that prior to making money, you're depressed for doing it? Your only way to not be depressed is if you're making money?
I think if you're spending a large chunk of your life in a virtual world, I think that ultimately you are trying to escape reality and you're in a depressive state. That's what I think. That's how I feel.
That's insane, sir.
I could just, man, and like you said, none of the top moments in your life include video games.
But you like
none of the
getting
top
mad at
moments
people.
of my life.
That's like saying that the kid that can't, he's like put in mad hours of playing basketball, but he's literally just not athletically gifted enough to play at the level of the NBA. So he's playing 2K and he's depressed? Hell no, nigga. He's having a great time playing video games.
Because
and
he can't play regular
doing
basketball?
all the dunks that he can't do. Yes, that shit is fun as fuck.
Okay. But
Shit.
it takes away from him actually living his life.
Just
You
said
don't
school.
see that?
Because he ain't living his life how you want to?
I don't think it's how I want
Motherfuckers
to.
that say you not living your life. You sitting here asking me about LeBron and Steph Curry money.
Right? But I'm actually
You
making...
sitting here telling me
Right,
about
but there's an overall reason
because
why
you monetized.
because I'm monetizing it.
But
And
prior
I'm
to
actually
that, you
supporting-
probably was just a nosy motherfucker to everybody. You just a nosy motherfucker.
not this nosy. I was way less nosy before
But
I started doing
I'm
this.
saying, you get what I'm saying? I'm saying somebody that does what you do, just not getting paid for it yet, is not depressed or wasting their time. They just haven't monetized yet. That's like a motherfucker that's playing basketball. They could be playing basketball in the real world, and we all know, nigga, you're not gonna make it. But he's playing basketball every day. If his mind is on good shit, then he good. He ain't depressed.
I think there's an essential difference between...
I know who you talking about, the motherfucker that just go home, he ain't got a job. He like, nigga, I ain't doing shit. I'd rather play video games anyway.
Do you know?
There's
like,
some depressed motherfuckers.
Okay.
I'm just saying 10 hours a day don't make you depressed. I wasn't depressed when I was doing that.
Right, because it was just a temporary thing.
Yeah, I just like doing the dances after I shoot people. I got on there, little kid flexed on me, did all the dances after he killed me. The little nigga's like 8. He was going crazy and he kept beating me. I kept rebirthing and he killed me right away and then do a dance. Like, it aggravated me, so I became good at the game.
Okay.
So I'm actually pretty good. If y'all want to add me, DM me. I'm not going to publicize it like Kyrie be doing.
I mean, look, I know women whose boyfriends will take their PS5 with them on vacations.
Yeah.
This is not you've heard of this.
Bro, I be telling my wife, you better hope that I just be having my PS5 and I'm playing Fortnite. How cool is that? He get off work and play Fortnite if I'm not around.
Yeah, I mean, women like that to a certain degree, so you're not out there doing God knows what, but...
It ain't even that,
would you go on vacation with your family and bring your video game console?
It depends on what type of vacation I'm going on. If I'm going on
Teyana would tolerate you bringing a game console on vacation.
It depends. I've gone on a vacation where first 2 days we chilling. The next 2 days, Teyana shooting a music video, and she got a photo shoot.
That's not a vacation. That's work.
This is a vacation.
That's work. That's mixed with work. That's mixed with work.
Now you're telling me what my vacations are.
I'm not telling you what your vacation's like, but you're describing a hybrid. You're describing a hybrid situation.
This is my life, bro. You telling me my life is fake now? Now
I'm
a
not
video
saying
game.
your life is fake.
Now we the Sims, see? Now our life not real. You don't do that on our vacations.
Have you ever gone?
That take a couple hours. What I'm saying, 4 hours. 4 hours to do a photo shoot for Teyana is pretty normal. If we're gonna go somewhere tropical and have a nice ass, why not knock that out? This may not even be work. This may be her just taking pretty pictures. But if they want to take pretty pictures for her lines and all the pretty little thing and all this other shit, if they want to do that shit and do that and then Junie them in the pool and doing that other shit, hell yeah, the king can play the game.
Okay. Let's take away the work part. Let's say, have you guys ever gone on a vacation?
If it's me and Teyana, no, she don't want me to bring my PS5.
There you go. Finally,
I don't want the PS5 if Teyana coming in, it's me and her, my nigga.
Because you want to actually live your real life and you want to actually experience time. I'm pretty sure
that every one of these motherfuckers playing video games in they draws. If they had Teyana at home, they wouldn't fucking play video games either, bro. The fuck is you playing games for? That's why I didn't play games for the longest, nigga. I'm playing ball and coming home to tea. What video
I started talking to people, a lot of times...
I used the video game as a DVD player back then, bro. I'd go on Netflix only from my PS4. That bitch had wild dust on it. You hear me? We use that if we don't got the Apple TV.
I think a lot of people avoid getting into romantic relationships, having a boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and just focus on video games to avoid the complexity of actually meeting someone and actually going through the process.
Vlad. You gotta get some new friends, man. You can't, your friends. I don't have any representatives of these actions.
But you know people that bring their video game console on vacation.
Yeah, and they bitch bad.
Okay.
I'm sorry, G. I don't know. Like all the guys in the league too, they be playing that game, Joe. Yeah, man. I feel like we all, especially an athlete on his feet all day, hitting people, contact you sore. You got to kick your legs up, put ice on. Let a nigga play the game. Make a nigga a sandwich, bro. Let me play the game with you sitting on my lap. I want to play the game. Let me play the game for a little bit. After I ice my knees, though, we can get out and about. Like, T knew after I finished my Normatec and my game ready. Now, she had an attitude the whole time I did it. But she wasn't tripping. After a while, she'd be like, shit, he playing the game. I think she only, like, turned my shit off a couple of times. She turned it off a couple of times while I was, I was in it.
It was right there.
You feel me? Like, right at the end of the mission, too. Like, cut that bitch right off. Like, I'm not playing. Yeah, she got mad a couple times while she was pregnant with Rue, but some of that was just because she was pregnant with Rue.
I mean, listen, Kevin Durant responded, and he agrees with you. He said he actually thinks that it helps mental health.
Real talk. Yeah. Like, I think it's cool as hell, like, to be going through it feeling wild aggressive. Go play Grand Theft Auto, nigga. Don't do whatever the fuck you think you finna do because life's so hard. Go play Grand Theft Auto and go see what happened when 5 stars get behind you. Go your ass to sleep tonight. You'll be all right. You'll be all right, bro.